Marlon, how excited are you to play an actual football game and not be up here talking to us about practice?
I'm very excited. Seems like it's taken a long time to get here, but it's finally game week, so I'm very excited.
These big season openers and neutral sites against ranked teams is kind of the norm here at Alabama. Do you think there's value in being a team that's experienced with this type of an environment?
I definitely think there's value. A lot of teams open up with like a smaller opponent, but I think it makes you more excited and more ready to play when you know you got a big team coming in. And much tradition as USC has, much tradition we have, I think it's just going to be a really good game.
Speaking of that, how much confidence do you guys have playing in Dallas? You won the last 3 games at that big venue.
I feel very confident. I think we feel pretty confident wherever we play, but definitely being so familiar with that Dallas stadium, I think we're feeling pretty good.
Can you give me a scouting report on JJ, what you figured out about film?
Watching him on film, he's a big guy, speed. You look at his weaknesses, he doesn't really have any. Adjusts to the ball very well. Definitely watching his film will probably be one of the best receivers we go against. And then the other receiver, number 1, they got a couple 89, all those guys. They're all just big guys, and they're going to go up and make a play on the ball. So one of the biggest things we'll have to do is just trying to keep them cut off and just making a play on the ball.
Is he better than the guys you face in practice every day?
I guess I'll have to see Saturday. Hopefully he's not too much better, because then it might be a little tough.
When you're facing an offense that's bringing back 9 starters and put up the kind of numbers that it did last year, is there just a heightened sense of urgency around the team right now?
There definitely is. We know they brought back a lot of players, and that just means more and more experience. So knowing all the things they can do, we definitely putting in a pretty good game plan for it.
Obviously, some attrition in the secondary during the offseason. How do you feel like the unit is adapting to maybe expanded roles or guys even taking on new roles?
I think we're adapting pretty well with Minka playing both ways, with the corner and the star. I think we've gotten pretty comfortable with it. The guys are taking on bigger roles, so I think we'll be all right.
There's already been talk that this year's defense could be better than last year's defense, which is setting the bar really high. I'm not going to ask you to compare or contrast, but how much do you guys internally challenge yourselves to be better than the year before?
We challenge ourselves every day in practice. Offensive guys help us out with that because they're trying to be the best they can be and make us better. So our leaders like Ruben and Ryan and Eddie, they always, if we're ever slipping, they always get us back going. Just knowing how much work it took last year to be successful as we were, we just know we got to just continue to work hard.
Anything else?
It's been good. Us 5, I think, have played together now for most of fall camp, and so we've really kind of developed that bond that we need to, and it's been good. Everyone's kind of picked up their side of the slack, and we're playing well right now. So.
For you in the move to guard, I think a lot of people might have been thinking center, but it could be an obvious move. Talk about the difference in the 2 positions basically for you and how you handle it.
I'm just trying to do whatever's best for the team, and whatever the coaches ask for me, I have full trust in them that they know, what's best for the team, and I just took it as a challenge, and really, as far as the difference, center makes more calls and stuff like that, and I think the biggest change for me was just the different stance. I got to put 1 foot back and stuff like that, and just trying to get comfortable with that. So I think that's been the biggest challenge.
What does it say of Jonah Williams that as a freshman here in the starting spot on the offensive line? And then did you notice, early on when he was here that he was someone who could compete and even win a starting job?
Yeah, I think right away I knew that he was a very talented guy, very smart. So I think it just speaks volumes to him to come in as a true freshman, especially in the SEC, and start at right tackle right away. So he's a great player and has a lot of potential. So I'm excited for him.
Hey Ross, tell us what we were surprised about Blake being up there and gentleman 3rd. What has he done from a player's perspective in practice to be elevated right behind Cooper, you think?
All 3 of them have done a really good job. Not trying to knock anyone, but. Blake, I'd say he's just been consistent in his play and does exactly what the coaches ask from him and doesn't make a lot of mistakes. So, just coming in and just really trying to lead the group and stuff like that. And he's got a great he's really good in the huddle and stuff like that. So it's been good.
You guys get to open the season in another big venue. How much confidence do you have opening up in Dallas, a place where you guys have won the last 3 times?
I mean, Dallas is a great place. I love playing there. USC is a great team, and they're very talented across the board. So, I mean, we got to, show up and bring our A game. And I don't think any of the past games really, represent of what this game could be like because, new team, new season, so anything can happen.
Not too many programs challenge themselves as much as Alabama does in openers as far as neutral site games, facing ranked opponents. Is there maybe an advantage in having experience in those types of games going into another opener like that?
I think so. I mean, we just know what to expect. And, a lot of teams will try to kind of run off adrenaline and stuff like that, and we know what it takes and come in focused and just get the game plan and just come out and execute and do our jobs. So I think, just that'll help us really going forward, too, during the season, just playing in those type of big games.
2 more. Ross, at what point did you find out that you were going to be starting at guard instead of center?
I think it was Thursday or Friday of last week. I was walking into meetings and Coach told me, "You're going to guard today." I just thought it was for practice, but I guess not. So.
Ross, you guys have dealt with a 2 quarterback type style early on in the season before, so it's nothing new. But can you tell us what the difficulties go with that when it's 2 different guys, not really the same person, the differences in the huddle and the things that go with that?
As far as differences, I'd just say, like you said, just in the huddle, just people lead different ways and just like a different snap count or something like that, just timing wise. But it really doesn't make too big of a difference. I mean, they're all coached by the same person. We have like a set way of doing things around here, so it's really not too big of a difference, and we don't notice it really.
All right, thanks, Rob.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Jonathan, at this point, Alabama has so many games like this to open the season against a ranked opponent, neutral site. How comfortable are you guys in these types of atmospheres at this point?
I want to say we're comfortable. We just try to prepare the best we can, and that's what gives us our comfort. Our preparation has nothing to do with any external factors. So we're trying to take this and treat this game like any other game and just be ready for it come Saturday.
How much confidence do you guys have playing a game in Dallas? You've won the last 3 or so there, so you're very familiar with the surroundings there.
Well, you always have to be confident with whatever you do. So, but I mean, that's not why we're confident. Like I said, we're confident because we feel like we worked as hard as we possibly could. We have great preparation and great practice habits. So that's what gives us our confidence.
Now that you guys are in game prep, Coach talked a little bit today about USC's offense, a really talented offense with a lot of weapons. What have you seen so far? What do you expect from the Trojans?
Yeah, their offensive line is humongous. They pride themselves on being able to run between the tackles. Their skilled players are very athletic, so it's definitely going to be a challenge for us. We have to make open field tackles, but we're excited for the opportunity.
Can you talk a little bit about how it seems like there's a transition defensively? You guys are getting lighter and quicker and faster and different things. From the past few years when Saban's been known to get all these massive guys. Can you kind of talk about the thinking?
I would say a lot of guys, we feel like since more teams are going speed ball, we would like, some of our players to be able to play more down. So that's kind of the thinking behind why some of us have lost weight or we've been recruiting smaller. But as long as I've been here, we've always stuck by the same motto and method. So, I mean, that was something you have to take up with Coach Saban, to be honest.
Are you trimmer though? Personally or not?
Not really. Still about the same weight.
How much do you guys as a defense challenge yourselves season by season to be better than the year before? I mean, you guys set the bar so high, but is there, motivation within the defense to be better than the year before?
Well, you always want to be better than the year before, but I mean, probably the bigger goal is to be just as best as you can. As a defense, we go out there and we feel like we've competed to the best of our abilities. I mean, there's nothing more you could do. So that's kind of our goal going into each season.
What does this week, the first game week of the season, mean to you? And are you excited to get back out on the field Saturday?
Man, it means a lot to us. We've been grinding hard for, I can't even, countless months. So, we're just excited to be able to go against some different faces and play a game. I mean, especially for the young guys, they're excited. They're in college now. So as a team, we're just excited and just grateful for the opportunity to play USC.
We've got a lot of returning starters from this team. It's going to be an extremely good challenge. That in itself is fun as a player when you're facing something that has potential to be pretty good as an offense in USC, right?
Oh, definitely. As a competitor, you always want to face the other team's best. So we're excited for the opportunity. We're excited for them to try to run the ball down the middle. As a defensive lineman, we love that physicality aspect of the game. So we're just excited. We're excited.
Anything else?
Coach talked a little bit about there is a lot more youth than people maybe are really giving credit to with this team. There are a lot of young guys who are going to play some big roles. Do you sense that? I mean, do you feel like there's maybe some guys still kind of learning things, and you sense sort of the inexperience in this team?
I want to say inexperience. I mean, we're all still learning. I mean, I'm still learning. So as a team, I really wouldn't describe us as youthful or inexperienced. I feel like, I mean, we have a bunch of guys who play way above their age group. So I really want to use those terms to describe us. I feel like we've had a great summer camp, and like I said, I just want to use those two words to describe us as a team.
Thank you, John. Thanks, John.
OJ, this is, I believe it's at least the 4th season in a row you guys are going to play a neutral site game against a Power 5 opponent. How comfortable are you guys at this point? Do you think there's an advantage to having played in these types of games before?
Yeah, I think our team is very comfortable. Yeah, I really can't. Yeah, I think our team is used to it, you know, especially the older guys, like myself. You know, like you said, it's our 4th straight year playing on a neutral site game to begin the season. So we're used to it. It's not really too many nerves, I think. It's just like another home game for us.
Speaking of another home game, the confidence level playing in Dallas, you guys are 3-0 there. Played it last year, and you played there several times. How about the confidence of playing in that stadium?
Tremendous confidence. You know, I honestly think our team should have confidence wherever we go play. That's the way we prepare for each game and each team. We take every team the same, treat every game the same, and treat every team the same. So, but you know, playing in Dallas, we always bring out a nice fan base. Our fans do a great job of coming to the games for us, and it's really that same environment that we have when we're here at the home.
Coach Saban said at this point it's down to Cooper and Blake in the quarterback battle. What have you seen from those two guys this fall that you think has led them to being in that final pair?
Yeah, just the experience those guys have, you know, especially Cooper been around for a long time for us here. And both guys have done a great job of being leaders in the huddle, you know, knowing what to do at the line of scrimmage, audibling when it's necessary. I think that has really set those two guys apart and has given them the chance to both be quarterbacks for us.
What type of ball do they throw?
They throw a nice tight spiral. Both guys do have great arms. But most importantly, they're both very smart with the ball. They know when to, you know, throw the ball away or when to make a play with their legs. So I think that's really helpful for us.
What's the biggest difference between the two?
Probably, you know, Cooper, like I said, he's been around a long time. He knows a lot about our offense. He knows a lot about defenses. You know, so he's very experienced when it comes to that. You know, Blake, he's a guy that has really nice speed. He's a quarterback that can get it done with his leg, also with his arm. Has a lot of talent, you know, and but I think both guys have done a great job of just, you know, being very vocal in the huddle, letting everybody else know what they need from them. So.
We hear a ton about Jalen being great at scrimmages and stuff. Obviously, he's a great athlete. How do you see? Because we were surprised Blake was up there at number 2, whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
What has Blake specifically done to get that, you think? And then is it your role to help make sure Jalen stays engaged, I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, it's really, you know, I think the coaches, you know, they just sat down and watched the film, and, you know, and that's just honestly, and probably just experience, you know, like, you know, when it comes down to Jalen, he's a great athlete, like you said, and, you know, he's going to have a chance to help our team this year, definitely. So he's just going to keep working hard. I know he is the type of player he is. He's a competitor, so he's going to keep doing that.
Have you instructed both quarterbacks to look for the tight end more?
No, I haven't had the chance to tell them that. But no, those guys, they do a great job of, you know, going through their progressions, getting the balls to the guys, you know, that are open. So.
What's it like having Brandon Green back with the tight ends, focusing just on that position?
He brings a different dimension to our offense. You know, a guy, you know, that big and that athletic, he can really do a great job in the run game for us. But a lot of people don't know he can run routes also. You know, I've seen it firsthand. He's doing a great job of running routes. He can catch, no doubt about that. So I think, you know, he's going to be a guy that can really be a mismatch for us.
2 more. OJ, what areas do you feel like you've specifically improved in your game, and what does the game week mean for you?
A couple areas I would say just in the run game, finishing blocks. You know, pass protecting is something that I've really tried to work on this off season. And but game week to me means you know, a lot of enthusiasm. It's going to be a very fun week for us at practice. Everybody's going to be excited, ready to play. Finally get to hit somebody else besides ourselves. So I think whenever you get to do that, it's going to be a great time.
I'm sure there's a long list of reasons why you want to win this game, but has there been any discussion of, hey, given Coach Kiffin's ties here, it'd be great to win this one for him?
No, we really never thought about it. You know, it's been so long since Coach was there, so he's been with us for a while now. So, you know, I kind of think that was something a long time ago. So, you know, we really just focus on playing those guys and giving it our best shot.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.